second question over here.
I had a question for Professor Kelley and one for Mr. Vitkowsky.
Let's go.
Okay, so the one about
choose him.
Go with Kelley.
Yeah, I was wondering how much you think this conflict is similar to, or the problem of prosecuting these people is similar to the problem of prosecuting mafiosi. The reason I say that is because not necessarily in this country, but it certainly got problematic here. But in Italy, you have the mafia like blowing up public buildings and having like people who actually support them over the government in certain parts of the country and stuff like that. I'm wondering, did they ever, try mafiosi in military tribunals? And didn't they generally stick in the civil system? And sort of add to that, just because it's very difficult to prosecute them, is that really a reason to not prosecute them the way that we prosecute everyone?
First question I find very easy, because I can just say I don't know. The second question is, well, I don't think so. I start from the premise, as does the government, that either option is legitimate. I don't have anything against civilian trials. I believe in them firmly, strongly. Believe me, everybody ought to be thankful for our criminal justice system in this country, the protections it provides to individuals. So I'm not against that as a policy matter. I think the judgment made here by the Attorney General is mistaken, because I think they wildly underestimated the challenges and potential costs of going through that route. I don't want to say that military commissions are simple and easy. Obviously, they're difficult, and in many ways they're unproven, although not unknown to American law and experience. And I also have the opportunity just to agree that the uniformed lawyers in the United States are a remarkable group of people. For the law students in the room, it is a great way to spend time as a lawyer in the JAG Corps. And I've had lots and lots of experience with lawyers in uniform who are all dedicated, phenomenally inspiring public servants, in my own experience, who are not at all shrinking violets, believe me. They get after it pretty hard, and which makes me have more confidence, by the way, in the military commission process.
Go on in the back.
Yeah, yesterday's Wall Street Journal basically said that the interrogation process of the Christmas terrorists was interfered with because of civilian trial. What will this mean, if that is in fact the case, what will this mean to the security of the United States as far as interrogating future terrorists? And as an aside with Mr. Flaherty, the English government was in constant contact with the Irish Republican Army. It came to a peace settlement with Martin McGuinness. So to say that the IRA was a bunch of terrorists, and the English they were terrorists, but the English recognized it as an army in the Sutherland case.
That's actually not true.
Yeah.
I spent 30 years in Northern Ireland, so that's just absolutely not true. That's not true.
On the first point.
Yes.
So I'm hesitant to talk about the what happened in Detroit because I have no idea what the facts are. But I do think the question is an important one, and it gives me a chance to talk for a minute about something that Professor Kelley raised, which is what about the role of Miranda in all of this? Because there's a lot of heat and a little bit of light that comes out of the discussions about Miranda in this context. So the bottom line is that and this I think is completely uncontroversial, that the government can interrogate anybody they want. They can't torture them, but they can ask them questions, and if they've lawfully arrested them, as they did with the guy who tried to blow up the plane in Detroit, they can interrogate him to their heart's content. They don't have to Mirandize them. Okay, they can do it. And one thing I read suggested that they did interrogate him without giving him Miranda rights. So Miranda, and whether or not you ultimately are planning to or thinking about prosecuting somebody in civilian court or not prosecuting them at all or prosecuting them in military court, none of that precludes interrogation.